Joining us now from Houston is cultural and political commentator Quentin Giles. Quentin, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So let's get right into it. We did hear a little bit of President Biden's speech, but he is kicking off his new race with Trump by presenting the upcoming election as a test for the survival of American democracy. So do you think American democracy could survive Trump potentially contesting an election in 2024? And is that even possible?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And President Biden is absolutely correct. This next election is critical, not only for those that support the current president, but for those that support democracy. And so we're talking about independents, and we're talking about what President Biden says is mainstream Republicans, because we saw former President Donald Trump literally try to subvert the will of the people. Whatever you may feel about him politically is one thing, but to find out through these lawsuits from Jack Smith that President Trump and his allies plan to use the military to seize voting machines, plan to use the military to suppress us, the people, if we chose to take to the streets and make our voices known, if he chose not to leave office, directly tells us that he intended to overthrow the will of the people, along with the lawsuit that we see in Atlanta and the RICO charges. It is a clear and present danger to all of us. And listen, I don't support Donald Trump. A lot of people do not, and a lot of people do. However, if you enjoy freedom to make your voice heard, if you enjoy freedom to chart your own destiny, then this election is critical for all of us to stand up and say, we do not have a nation of kings. The country was founded on removing ourselves from a kingdom and being an independent state. With all of the troubles and issues that we historically have had, that was the one founding principle. And so this election is extremely critical to all of those who enjoy freedom and who believe that this land is a place of democracy.
Well, Quentin, we know yesterday the Supreme Court announced it would consider the question of Trump's eligibility to run for president quite quickly after the decision of the state Supreme Courts of both Colorado and Maine, which consider that under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, it prohibits citizens who have participated in an insurrection from holding public office. So if Trump is indeed left off the ballot, could we see a repeat of what we saw 3 years ago today? We all remember those images.
Yeah, we absolutely do. I would like to think that we would not. I think that a lot of people learned their lesson from that day, because honestly and truthfully, there were a subset of people who did not enter the Capitol, right? Yes, there was an insurrection. Yes, there was defecation on the walls. There were chants to hang Mike Pence. There were chants to harm Nancy Pelosi. But there were people who did not enter, right? And so I think that we see that the Justice Department is not playing with the people. The Justice Department is going after those who are committing crimes. And so I take solace in that, in thinking that we probably will not see it in the way that we've seen it before, but that does not remove us from the danger of what lone actors would try to do.
Quentin Giles, thank you so much for your time and your insight this morning.
Thank you.